Okay guys, welcome to the part 2 of this video. In this part 2 we're going to work on the event, the action and condition, and I'm going to use the old version of this action and condition. Recently there's a new version. I don't use the new version, I use the old version. So if you want to use the old version as I'm using, you go to preference, setting preference, then scroll down, you see turn off new action and condition. Turn that off and close. Now we'll be using the old version of action and condition in this part 2 of the tower defense tutorial. Okay, let's start.
Before I move on, I want you to pause this video and set this in the place I want it to be, like multiple in the same, like in this picture I'm showing you right now. I want you to do it at the same. Just pause the video, then we'll continue right again. Okay, just like this. And the next thing we're gonna do is facing this object to the right place, to the right format, and I'll do that just right now. I'm gonna change the face to face to the side, because I say by format Gdevelop with this angle as the face, not the side. It treats the side as the face, so we have to turn this object to face towards the right hand side. Yeah, that will do. Now apply this. Now it's facing the right hand side. Now when you pick this to create it, yeah, and hopefully it works perfectly. I don't know, for some reason I'm supposed to do this in part 1 of this video, but sorry for the time guys. Let's rush into this event and start making some coding. Now first thing I want to create here is the Pathfinding. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create new group, name that Pathfinding. Now let's make new event. Drag that back to the Pathfinding so we can do this. When we are having a lot of coding, you can just close the box. Now let's click and make the timer of the enemy, the time our enemy will come out. The times K. Sorry, the value of the same timer. The value of the same timer is 1 second, and the time we are using is crate. The timer crate is greater than 1 second, and reset the timer crate. Good. Now the next one we're creating is our enemy. Let's add new event here and do create. Object enemy and the position of create an object at the position of starts points dots x and start points dot y. Click OK. Now change the scale of the enemy and the width, because the enemy is bigger. As I said, I created it with my phone. It was bigger when I put it in the system, so we change the scale, the width and the height of the enemy. Let's change the height. Set enemy height to equal to And if you are using your own enemy and the height is okay by you, you can leave it. But if you are using this enemy, my enemy, you can change the scale, because I know it's really big when you put it in the game. So I don't know for you. And change the width to 68. Now click OK. Now we are done with that. Now the next one we're creating is adding another event, and this event we want the enemy to move towards the gate. So we do that by going to pathfinding behavior. First, let's give our enemy a pathfinding behavior and make the block impassive when the enemy is going. Behavior, add behavior, set to pathfinding behavior. On click rotate objects. Now apply that. Now go to the walls, behavior, add pathfinding behavior. Obstacle for pathfinding behavior. Click, apply. Now let's go and change our object. Let's make our object move towards the gate. Now if you play this, you can see our object is moving towards the gate. Let's run this. Yes, it's moving from only one side, it's not coming back from the two sides. We'll fix that. And beside this is off rotation, on rotation, don't off it. Go back and on the rotation. You'll get to be like, what the heck? Click on rotation, apply, and you can run that again. Now it will repeat. Now it's good, we are good to go, but the object is not deleting when it touches the gate, and other stuff need to be done. Now the next thing we're gonna do is object colliding with the gates, destroy object enemy. Now let's go. Click. Excuse me. I want it to everything to be on pathfinding. Go. Now object is colliding with the gate. So object are colliding enemy and the gates. Wants to delete the enemy. Okay, now if you run this again, once you collected the gate, it deletes the enemy, but I'm not gonna run it down because of time. Now let's head to the other things. So we wanna hide some objects in the scene. We wanna hide this, we wanna hide this gate, we wanna hide the start point, we wanna hide the drop box. So let's go and hide some stuff. Add new event. Now at the beginning of the scene, at the beginning of the scene, hide the toggles. You can hold your control left mouse button and drag it down, drag that down again, and change the name of this object to the gate. it and the start point. Okay, done. Okay, we are done with the pathfinding enemy for now. Write this pathfinding enemy. Now close this box and let's create a new group, and this group is the defender. Drag it down, name it defender. Now in the beginning of this group, we're gonna create an object that says repeat for each enemy. Sorry. Now say repeat for each object. We're gonna want this particular event to repeat for each object of the defender. Now we're gonna do defender is colliding with defender is in collision with the drop boss. We want to create a defender at the position of the drop boss. Now let's create that. Yeah, good. Now we have it created in position of the drop boss, and if whenever we click at the defender, oh sorry, defender peak, not defender peak. Make sure it's a defender peak. It's colliding with the block with the drop boss, creates defender. And the next thing we're creating here is the zip order of the defender, because once it comes it will be back of our wall, so we want to create the zip order of the defender. Now let's do that by changing the zip order to 10 or something above the wall. Zip order of defender equals to 10. Now apply. Now good to go. And the next thing we're creating is the drop boss. Is when it being when we are picking our defender, let's issue the drop boss. Then when we are not picking it, let's hide it. So we'll do that by creating an additional event and say an object is being dragged, and that will be right around here. Right around here. We haven't given the draggable behavior, or we'll see give it that. Let's just set it first, or let's go to give it a draggable behavior. If not, it won't work because it's to give an error to the game. Let's give our defender pick a draggable behavior. Now go back to the event. And defender pick is being dragged. We want to hide the drop boss. Okay, no, wanna show the drop boss. It's being hide. Wanna show the drop boss. And drag that down. Click is being dragged. Click that, enter that. Okay, wanna hide the drop boss. Okay, now we choose the object that this will repeat on. We will choose drop boss. Sorry, drop boss. Is it? On this to repeat for each of the drop boss. Now, and we have made a mistake, and to correct that, we go to the pathfinding enemy. We want to do this repeat on this place, so let's click on add for each object. Sorry, if you add here, just drag it towards here. At this point. Okay, once it gets to here, no problem, just drag this down towards here, drag this down towards here, drag this down towards here, and we can delete this, drag this to this wall and repeat for each start point. Now if you play it, you can see the enemies coming up from the both sides. That solved the problem. Where this one here is going to be 13, we'll face that later in the game, but let's just head up and kill the event finish. Now let's play this again to make sure it's repeating for each. So the next step we'll be creating is the bullets. So let's drag this down so that we can close the boss. We are done with the defender. We'll still come back to it, but for now we are done with it. Now close that and make another group. Call this group bullets. I don't know why that's not fitting. It's written this point. Okay, we'll delete this. Ctrl Z, 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 Z. Make sure you click on this place and create another group. Now this group we call bullets. And in this bullet group, we're gonna create a new event. And we're gonna set the timer of the bullets. And what we want to call this? Timer. Timer. Okay, timer. Value of the same timer in seconds or seconds. What seconds we want to use? Let's use 0.80, almost 1 second, so it's super slow. And let's name this timer defender. No name again, defender. Let's name this timer shooter T, something like that, so that to be different, no confusion. Now click OK. Now let's reset the timer as we did before. Okay, reset the name shoot T. Okay, we shoot the tank. So the next, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna do repeat for each object. Okay, understand. Repeat for each object. Okay, write that down, take that towards this place. Now the object we want to repeat this for is our tanker, not the defend picker, is the defender. Now click that and we want to create the bullet. I've already created it. Before we do this, guys, let's go to objects and modify the points which we want the bullets to come out from. Let's go to defender. Since we use this defender we're using, go to edit points. Now we are using these points horizontal. Let's add a new point and name this point. Okay, it's point already. Now I want this point to be here at this point. Yeah, is it the point? Okay, hopefully, oh, so that's not the point. Control Z, yeah, it's not working here. We want to drag this point towards this edge. just right there, yeah, so that the bullet will come out from the very mouth. Now if you make this error, just type 0 there. Now close and apply. Then at that point you use it to create the bullet and create and bullets at the position of defender points, and the point is the points, right, points, close the brackets, and defender again, points, the points, and close the brackets. Now let's apply this. Hopefully our defender shoots this, yeah, hopefully. Now let's move this bullet with the permanent force, like you're just getting a normal bullet, a normal gun bullet. Move, add the force towards the bullets. Let me see, 200 make it permanent. Okay, apply that. So it's not add the force. I was suspecting that really. Even though it's move, you won't see it in the game. Maybe let's just change the zip order of the objects in case of necessity. Change the bullet zip order to 10 at least, or 11. Apply this, and let's, if you have any sound, just put it here. Let's just use a very minor sound in the game engine. There's that dude sound, with sound. This is kind of a hidden sound effect in Gdevelop. When I use Gdevelop, I didn't see this, like 1 or 6 months of me using Gdevelop, I never see this, but this is here. You can create, Gdevelop has its own sound effects engine in it. Now just click here and let's just very minor sound. Simple, good, save it. Okay, now good. Now we are proceeding. Let's delete the bullet once it touches our enemy, and let's do that by creating another event. Throw it out back here. Now bullet is colliding with the enemy. Delete bullet. Okay, good. Okay, I make some error, like I deleted something here, something like I didn't create. And yeah, I do x is supposed to be y. Sorry for that. Now let's run this and see the effects of it. The tank is not rotating, and the sound of the bullet is too loud. So let's adjust that. Make the sound to at least, make the sound to at least let me say 20. Let's test that first. Okay, maybe 5. Okay, change this sound to 5. Almost no sound. Yes, 5. Now let's adjust the rotation of the defender. Now go to add events, go to angle, now rotation and defender. We want it to move towards the position, so go to rotate towards the position, defender, the X position of the enemy and the Y position of the enemy. Okay, at the degree and around, let's use 96 will be okay for the rotation, and click OK. Okay guys, next thing we're gonna do is the tank to move back to the position of where we drag it from. But before we do that, let's place an arrow here. I cut this scene when I'm writing this video. In this part, we want to make the bullet to move towards the object, which is the enemy, and you can do that by coming to common object for our object, and towards the movement, go to add a force to move towards an object. Now you change this to 200 and you put it direct to enemy. You select bullet and make the force to be permanent. Now click OK. And the next arrow here is the point. The point starts with small letter. We need to make it to start with capital letter, which is uppercase. Now press capital letter P and press capital letter P here. Now I can run this and see the effect. Nice, coming out exactly from the mat, but our object is multi-creating right here. Now we need to fix that and make this to drag back to its position. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to find the position of the defender pick, and the position of the defender is 5, 3, 6 to 23 for Y position and S position. So let's go to event and change the position of the object. When drag, hide and position at S position of 5, 3, 6 and the Y position of 23, depending on where your phone is facing. The next step we want to create sub events underneath repeat for each instance. So click it, make sure it's clicked. Now click sub event. Now what we want to create in this sub event is is to drag this create object down and do your K is pressed because we don't want it to multi-create when we are dragging it across the dropbox. So what we're gonna do is K is pressed, or any button of your choice is pressed. I'm gonna use K is pressed. Defender pick is collection with dropbox, creates defender. Now if you want this to see, it will stop duplicating when we are creating objects. K is still duplicating. There's an error of trigger once, so we have to put the trigger once right here. Now if you run this a final time, it will stop duplicating the objects and we are good to go. Now we'll face the tank, our tower, we'll face our tower life. The next phase of this tutorial is the tower life and other stuff remaining. So let's head on and start doing some stuff. Before we proceed, let's put this thing here so that we can close the bullets event. Now close the defender and go to group. You know a problem. If you just press Ctrl Z and make sure you click on the bullets panel, the bullet event. Make sure you click group, drag the empty group down and name it life or tower life or tower HP. Okay guys, let's make our HP for our tower. our life. Now let's go to events, go to tower, we want to add a variable, add variable, change the variable to life, make sure it starts with small letter, and make this 100. I want the light to be 100, and apply. Okay, now go to events. Before I go to events, let's make this yellow box here a little bit to the center so that our enemy will move to the center when he reaches to the tower. Alright, about here. Now go to events. The first condition we're gonna add x add on that condition. Now go to the next condition, sorry, go to the next event action. Now go to sprites, the size, the scale on the x-axis. Now go to health, set to, just type what I'm typing now, tank tower, sorry, what to use as your tower name, just type it here in exactly. Tower variable life, small letter, lowercase, cover brackets, divide by 25.9 if you are using the width of my health in the same. If you are using this width is set to 247 and the height is 17. If you are using this width, this is your value for your health. And let's add another condition that says so objects are colliding, delete this other one, enemy is colliding with the tower, delete enemy. We have done that before, but this one is very good. Delete enemy and go to common action for objects, go to variable, modify the variable for objects. Now I want to modify the variable of tower life to subtract 10. Each time our enemy get to the tower, it subtract 10 from its health. Now go to pathfinding behavior and delete this, we don't need this anymore. And let's run this and see how it works. Okay, fine by me. Let's see if this is still working. Okay, it's working. Now the next thing we're gonna do is facing this area, this rotation. You can see anytime our other enemies going from the side, it rotates. That is because it's facing this way. The way to face this is easy. Shift this backward and play this again. So let's it rotate from this side before it gets to the main scene view. You can shift it more again. So it finishes the rotation before you get to the scene view. Okay, good. Now that's again. So the next one I face is the enemy. Our bullet is not deleting the enemy, it's not destroying them. So let's face that. Go to bullets on here. Now the bullet is colliding with enemy, delete bullet, also delete enemy, control right click, drag down and name this other action enemy, and let's run this and see it happen. Now it's impossible for our enemy to get to the tower, which is good. I don't know why this dot is coming up there, but it's good by me. It's fine. Let's run this more one time and see some faults to solve, some problem to solve. Okay, right there, you see this. Let's solve this. This object is correct. The bullet is creating around the object even if the enemy is not there. It's just great. So I want to solve that. Let's go to event and go to bullet and add a new event. Now you say go to common action, common condition for all objects. Go to objects, number of objects, enemy is equals to 0. Then go to objects, common action for objects, delete bullets. Now let's run this and see if pregnancy continues. Okay, problem solved. Problem solved. It's no more creating bullets when the enemy is not the same, which is good. Okay guys, let's check for the next problem to solve in this tower defense. You can see if you drag this down to this boss and keep on pressing K, keep on creating more and more tanks. We don't want that, we only want one tank in one boss. Now let's go to events, close this. Now let's go to events, we need defender. Wanna add another condition. Now add another event that says defender is colliding with defender. Deletes defender. Look crazy, but it's work like magic. So let's run this and see. This gives us a chance to delete our defender. In case we have any more tank, we can delete and recreate. Now you can see it deletes and you can recreate in any position. Two tanks can be in the same position now. Okay, this okay. Before we end this video, let's make our game over. You have been seeing this since the beginning of this video. Let's make it happen. Let's make a game over. Add a new event, add, go to variables, variable of objects, which is our tower. This object that I have variable in this game is equals to 0. Change the time scale to 0. And want to hide our duplicate this. Control right click down and name this object game over or info. Okay, game over this object right here, whatever I name it, just put it there. Now close this boss. Now add that there. To show the objects once it's game over. Once it's game over, want to show the object. Now go to visibility and show our objects game over, which is end of the game. Okay guys, yeah, come to the end of this video. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I want to see your own collection of tower defense on my Discord page. You can post a link on my Discord page or comment down below. I would like to see your own tower defense game. And thanks for watching guys, you help me a lot this period. Thanks. If this video get a 50 like, I will make another tank for you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell. Thanks.